What's up? Hey, got a couple of knives here, and they are by my man Colin Finnegan over at Colin's Crazy Creations. So obviously, if you watched the video that I posted not too long ago on his knives, that he had done Chavez for me. And there was a couple others. Well, this is that review. We're going to do these. These are his knives, and I need to send them back to him. So I need to get this video done so we can get them on their way. So I'm going to put them both in one, partially because I'm not really going to check these knives in like I normally do. We're just going to check them out. You know, they're not my knives, and he really sent them to me so I could use them for content on the channel. And so yeah, I'm not going to go taking his knives apart and doing all that. I'm sure he wouldn't mind, but hey, we can check them out and enjoy them all the same. So this first one, hey, let's run it. Let's get it out of there. Look at this thing, man. I mean, all in itself, this knife is cool. I will admit that prior to getting this knife, I wasn't aware of this knife. So we're going to look at it as well. I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. I got my oily fingers all over it, so make sure we present it in its best light. And yeah, so it's a Kizer Megatherium. I'm not sure who that designer is. Somebody will know. Megatherium. And it's in S35VN. And it's got a serial number on it. I do not know if Colin has the box on this, but what he told me was this was one of his first knives where he kind of went off on it. And what he was shooting for, he was trying to make this look like a parrot. Something about the shape of it, and so he was able to bring in the golds and the greens, the purples, the darker blues, and then, you know, obviously the eye of the parrot would be the pivot. Pretty cool. And it's got this long cut carbon fiber. I like long cut carbon fiber. I think I have one other knife with this long cut carbon fiber, and it's a petrified fish. And man, is it cool. I say it's long cut, but this one's sculpted, or it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's not sculpted, it's contoured. So I think it creates that look. Yeah. So it's not long cut. The petrified fish one I have, I believe it's a side cut. A little different. But yeah, that looks really nice. Man, in hand. Let's talk about the action first. We'll come back to Colin's work on this. But the action's pretty sick. Basic drop shot, a little bit of encouragement. This blade is massive. That is a huge chunk of S35. The ergonomics here, the grip, this thing just lands right in your hand. 2 fingers up front in this area here, and the other 2 fall in that back. Nice, confident grip, very confident. So you've got not so confident, and then very confident. Well, this one's way up here. I mean, it's pokey, and the locked in feel back here with your hand. I mean, if you were here, again, just as well, you could reverse grip this, and again, just incredibly locked in. I mean, if I rammed this down as hard as I could, I'd have to break my grip to come over that blade. So very confident grip. The ergonomics on this knife are wonderful. I wonder if the pocket clip runs. I mean, we're going to check it out for sure. Let's see. got nice tension on it. It's got good ramps. I think it's going to run just fine. Yeah, look at, it's got that beautiful scalloped and anodized clip. One hand in, one hand out. Same on this jean size material. And then my spot back here. Yeah, that knife would carry just fine back there. Easy to get in, easy to get out. I think it could use a little tension on the thinner material. Be easy enough to do. Pull the screws, bend it a little bit, put a little more tension on that. But I am noticing that the anodizing on the side of this clip, it's changing colors from the back to the front. It's got golds in it up front here. So it's very scalloped. Nice grinding and scalloping all throughout this, and then polishing all the way up on the sides. Got this beautiful green up here on the top. And then that carries on the scales, on the top of the scales, all the way back. That green does. And it's on the inside here, because the carbon fiber is a insert, but the scale on the inside is actually that same green. And it's scalloped and polished out all through there. Very nice. I like it. Megatherium. I am going to check pricing and availability on this real quick. Okay, so I did find a couple of these on eBay. And I only found one that's titanium and the carbon fiber like this. And it also had been customized, but they're looking for, I don't know, $240 I think I saw on it, is what they were looking for. So this knife, I do believe, maybe is for sale from Colin. So if you'll hit him up, I'll be packaging it up and sending it back to him here shortly. So I do believe he might entertain an offer on this particular knife. So anyways, the Kizer Megatherium with Colin's magic touch on it. And this is one of Colin's earlier knives that he did. So I would definitely encourage you, if you're interested in it, go over to his Facebook page and shoot him a instant message or a private message. I don't know. Hit him up on Messenger. All right. So this next one is a Tucson. And this is the Tucson, I believe it's the 316. Yes. This is the Tucson TS316. And I have one of these that has not been customized. Look at this thing, man. And, you know, if you go over to Colin's Facebook page, you'll find images of both of these knives as well. He's got probably much better images of both of these than I can do it justice here with my equipment. Yeah, look at the backspacer. The pocket clip's kind of been done two-tone. These holes have been added to it. Like, they're not part of the original 316. So all that's been customized. Let's run it. And I'll tell you, I really, really, really like this 316. It's got a long handle and a relatively short blade to go with it. And it's in 14C28N. Yeah, so the blade length on this is 1, 2, 3, and about a 1/2 inch. Actual usable blade length is 1, 2, just shy of 3 inches here for this usable blade. But overall, you're at about 3.5. And then the handle length, the actual length of the handle is 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 5/8, almost 5-inch handle total, but usable length on the handle. I mean, you can choke up in here. I mean, if I choke up, I've got quite a bit left on the back, but if I'm locked into this finger groove, the way that it's intended, if I come back to that, the handle is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 1/4 inches. So nice size handle for a fairly short blade. It's got thumb studs, and it's got the hole that can be used to deploy. And I made that look a whole lot harder than it actually is. And it can be spidey flicked through the hole or the thumb stud. Yep. I like it. I mean, I really, really, really like this knife. There's something about the bigger handle with the shorter blade that I like about it. The pocket clip runs well on this one. We'll check that out as well. But this is also for sale, I believe. Now, don't catch me lying about it. You'll need to reach out to Colin over there at his channel. But this thing's all been ground and relieved, and it's got all the colors running through it, like it's the green and the gold and then purple down in there. Just wonderful. And then it's like a storm pattern, a swirl storm on the rest of the scale. And then this honeycomb is the stock pattern, I believe. Yeah, and so the liner on this side is the purple, and then on the other side, the lock is the same as that scale. See that? The lock has been anodized to match this scale, and then the purple matches the liner on the other side. Pretty cool. And you can see, if you look in, see this outside storm pattern. If you look in, well, that's the liner on this side, through the holes. Pretty cool, man. I get where he was headed with that. And then there's some gold in some of these holes that have been drilled, partially drilled, relieved, I guess, or reliefed would be the right word there. Yeah, man, it's a great example of his earlier works, and what a cool knife. So, the price and availability on this knife, I don't think you can find this knife, but I'm going to look really quick. Yeah, so it's what I suspected. White Mountain, all right, sorry about that. All kinds of glitches. Yeah, so White Mountain Knives carried this at one point, but they do no longer. They show it on their site, but it's all out of stock. So, yeah, the Tucson TS316, and, I mean, if he's selling it, I don't know for sure, but if he is, not only is it a really cool knife, but of course he's knocked it out. You know, he did his magic on it. So definitely a one-of-a-kind piece. What's going on in that backspacer in there? Looks like it's gold. Kind of matches the gold in the other scales. Yeah, so I have another Colin knife, and it'll be coming shortly, but it is a Vosteed in this box, and this one's mine. I ordered this one from him at the same time I ordered the Chavez. So, a little teaser. That one will be coming soon. And I think we can wrap up. I appreciate you watching. And, hey, if you have any interest in these, reach out to Colin over there on his site. And, I don't know, talk shop. Maybe if you make him the right offer, he'll be happy to sell you the knife. Anyways, he might not. I mean, hey, listen, if you reach out and he goes, what? No, I ain't selling that. I mean, don't be mad at me, because it could absolutely be my confusion that he doesn't have any intention to sell either of these. I just know that I'm that way. So if I had some interest in it, I'd go, hey, any interest in selling that? And, see if he'd take an offer. So anyways, hey, I appreciate y'all watching. If nothing else, hey, last thought, if nothing else, pop over there on Facebook. I'll put the link below. Pop over to Colin's Crazy Creations. And man, like and follow his page over there, because I'm just telling you, he's dropping stuff on a regular basis that will just, it's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling how cool and how far his anodization has come and what he's capable of doing with a knife. And when I ship these back, I'm shipping him a knife that we're going to kind of take a hard look at and see what kind of funky stuff he can do to it. I'm not done with him by a long shot. I mean, the thought of being able to really fully customize a knife and make it my own, I'm very interested in that. So, yeah, I've got another one headed his way. I've got one over here to get to. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching.